Oh hey, we are at the end of World 1.
Hell yeah.
The Tomb Tower. That was level 2. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a quick level 1 recap, because you can grind it out in that level pretty well. And I'm not averse to grinding. The game is bouncy, it plays fun, level 1 short, you can get a lot of resources. Resource I like that.
Yeah.
I feel like it have a horse body, 4 legs.
Man, I worked an LAPD event gig the other day, and they started off with a Christian prayer and then praise for Dark Lord Trump. I'm paraphrasing.
That's cool. Did they talk about all the different gangs inside of the LAPD as well, and talk about like how each one is like divvying up their grounds where they're going to steal from people? Because that's pretty cool. We love our officers. They keep us safe from other officers.
The good apples.
Yeah, they totally did. That's right. It's like all the military boys and have all the different, all the stuff that happens at like, was it Fort Bragg that's always having like murders and just like,
yeah.
There's a lot of things on military bases. Like I have like rough.
There's a lot of
ideas.
tinfoil to that, but I think if you just get a lot of young impressionable boys who don't really have a lot of experience out in the world beyond in their 20s,
Yeah, with lots of money.
get them in some borderline abusive physical training regimens.
Yeah, you know, maybe it might have some negative repercussions with that.
Much like our boy Severian in Book of the New Sun. You get sharpened to a tool and everything, you know, you get sharpened to a specific type of hammer and everything's a nail.
Yeah. Nail it. Nice.
Yep. Armor upgrade.
Kind of looked like a sheep coming out.
A sheep.
Yeah, just like a head and body of a sheep.
I guess because it's the armor body, so you're seeing like the bicep and the, or well, not the bicep, but the pec and the shoulder.
Yeah.
They're like very globe, yeah, circular.
That'll be it. What about you, Henry? Do you believe in ghosts? Do you have any ghost stories in your life? Anything that's weird?
You have ghosts. You have everything.
Yeah, true. No doubt, no doubt.
The closest thing I have to a ghost story is one time, right as like the sun is going down. This was like maybe 8 o'clock, West Texas Mountain Time. I don't remember which spring break means which one. It's the one when the sun goes down later. Anyways, it was kind of getting dark out, and someone came knocking at my parents' door. This is when I lived with my mom and dad. And it was a lady in white, and she had some sort of religious offering, but I couldn't hear her over the dogs barking. But I did tell her we weren't interested, and she just kind of smiled. And she didn't like walk off or anything, she just stayed there smiling as we closed the door. And then I looked back out the window. I mean, I looked through the keyhole. Yeah, the peephole on the door. And she's just gone.
That's fucking creepy.
And I would like look around to see if like, well, did she go around the side? Did she go down the sidewalk? Because like it was a house in the suburb. It wasn't like she could just disappear around the corner. She had to walk back down the driveway and go down the sidewalk.
Oh, yeah.
So she should be visible even if the door is closed. So I was just like, where'd she go? That was kind of weird.
That's creepy. We had... The only time I had anything that was like kind of like a ghost was in the house with all the bodies buried in the backyard. It used to be like a slaughterhouse, but my dad tore down that part
Crap,
and built...
what?
It was like the slaughterhouse of like a farm.
Did you find just like dead skin masks?
No, that'd be crazy though. We did find really weird like statuettes and stuff. Like that house was just full of weird shit. Again,
Just rusty hammers?
yeah, dude, it was literally over 200 years old. Like everything up there is really old, but this house was especially. So they tore down part of it and then had like a barn, like the old section of it made a living room. And there was one time after school where like I was in the newer section of the house where there was like a door that led downstairs to the basement, and then there was like the kitchen that was open to the living room, but there was like a staircase in the way so you couldn't directly see. And there was one day after school where I was very clearly the only person home, but I could hear someone walking from the front end of the house towards me. So I started walking towards the kitchen expecting it was going to be like one of my parents. And then as soon as I like came around the corner where I would be able to see the kitchen, the footsteps continued behind me and what seemed down the stairs.
Spooky.
Yeah, and I was like, that was really weird. And definitely didn't have any like any explanation for what it was, but again, the house was very, very old.
My dad would tell me stories about, I think it was either a granduncle or a cousin's house. And the way it was arranged is basically like the kitchen and the living room and all that were on one side of the house, and then just a long hall with the rooms.
Oh yeah, like a central vein hall with
Yeah,
down.
like a T shape basically.
Yeah.
And at night, you can just hear footsteps walking up and down the hall.
No,
Creaky
thank
wooden
you.
floors.
Oh, my dad, when I was younger, my dad was friends with an exorcist. I had no idea how.
What, like,
Catholic.
oh wait, Catholic.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
only
yeah,
Catholic, right?
Yeah. But
How? Did your dad like actively seek out an exorcist to like bro it out with, or do you just like meet him at a bar?
he just meets random. He was always someone who meets random people.
This guy was having a crisis of faith, and I just met him on the curb.
You know?
I told him he need to slay them demons. So who was this guy?
Man, I couldn't even tell you. He was kind of a dork from what I remember, but it was like, and I was a very young kid, but I do remember just like.
Okay, really quick, real quick. As a kid, hearing this man's an exorcist, do you believe he could fight Satan? Like if he had to like wrestle with a demon, would he put him in a chokehold?
Not even a little
No.
bit. That man would be hiding behind that cross and hoping it's protecting him. Like, it's the devil. Come on, he can take out a fucking tiny little priest. Nothing. But like,
Jakob fears the power of Satan.
yeah, absolutely. It's, evil Dark Lord. I'm sure he's gonna be somewhat strong. He's got abs. He's sexy,
Right. Wings.
Dude's ripped. Like, there's one thing we know: Lucifer is sexy and he's strong.
He is tempting.
Like, yeah, he's tempting. It's the temptation. But yeah, my dad had met I don't know how he met I'll have to ask him next time I chat with him, but he met an exorcist, and I remember he was like, he had come over for dinner, and they were gonna have adult conversations, so the children had to leave the room. So I went upstairs, we did that thing where we're like half hanging down the stairs, like right at the top.
Whoa, yeah.
So I could listen in on what we were talking about. And the only story they had, which was similar to the one you were saying, where there was like a hallway in a room, but there was like a newlywed couple who had their newborn child, or not newborn because it was a couple months, but like their newest child at the end of the hallway, opposite of where they were. And one night they could hear footsteps walking down towards their kid, and the husband immediately runs outside, knocks open the door, and then he could hear footsteps running towards him, but there's nothing in the hallway. So it's just this sound and like a feeling, and I was like, that is absolutely terrifying. So I stopped everything and then tried to go to bed after that, even though being scared shitless. But like, that was the story the priest was telling at the time. And I was like, I can't deal with that. I don't want to deal with any of that. Like, no fucking thank you.
Interesting.
Yeah, I feel like I should have more being up in New England, because again, there's just so many dead people everywhere.
Were you
Literally browns.
like in a very religious setting?
Man, yes and no. We grew up Methodist. So, we didn't have guitars or anything cool in church, but we did have old people and hymns and snacks. It's kind of like the middle common denominator of things as opposed to the lowest. Pretty good snacks, pretty nice old ladies, with lots of death everywhere because, again, it's New England. Look at this. Fayetteville has nothing. Yeah, Fayetteville, Arkansas does have nothing. I've been out there before. Acquaintance with an ex-Marine that never got to pull an PTSD just from training? Absolutely. I've heard horror stories of that because, you work for the government and they can kill you and it's fine. My mom met a woman assassin for hire at a meetup and she changed her number.
Wait. Like, I need more context on that. Your
Yeah,
mom,
that sounds crazy.
Like, where was this? In the military, or?
Yeah, where was that one? Well, no. Wizworld Live, wow. Let's see. Oh, Silicon Valley. Ooh, customer support for Silicon Valley sounds terrible.
What do you, yeah. How do you diffuse that?
One time an engineer was whining that they only made 90,000 fresh out of coding boot camp. Oh, I love those people who have no idea what money means. They make the world go round. They say the stupidest things like, oh, I just don't need to pay people a living wage, otherwise I can't run my business.
Who else is gonna gamble on crypto, Jacob? Like, we gotta keep.
That's true, we gotta pump it.
We gotta lubricate the gears of the market, be it with capital stupidly lost or the blood of labor, I guess.
God.
That's the techno-feudal realist era.
Yeah. It's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great when all the consumers can't afford to consume.
Yeah, what happens if you default on a burrito loan? Like, do they take it back? How do you? I guess you just don't get
work
to
for
DoorDash
Chipotle?
for? Yeah, like, do you have to go work for the restaurant you ordered from?
Yes, they bring dishes to your house that you have to clean and then bring back.
Like, who eats that loss?
Let's see. One time I was traveling at night in Tennessee mountains with my wife. Windy, steep road, up and down for hours, low visibility, tense driving. Wife had to pee and we found a town in a dark valley. Every place we stopped said their bathrooms were closed for the festival. We had to go into the next town to find an open bathroom. We asked the people at the gas station, what's the festival? They didn't know what they were talking about. On our way back, we resolved to find the festival town and found out what the festival was. We couldn't find the town. That's crazy.
Whoa.
trying to go back to a place was like, no, we were definitely here. Like, no, there's no one in this town. Like, you actually were trying to go into Brigadoon. Just 100 years, like, it's the festival of Brigadoon. We'll be singing Yelas. I would piss all over Brigadoon, though, not even gonna lie. Like, there's like little stone cottages. They'd be so mad at me.
All right, let's kill this baddie.
Yeah, kill this motherfucker.
Whoa, now.
Fucking end his life. Send him back to his maker.
Once again, you are watching TechnoPoverty. Thank you for joining us. Oh no!
Oh! This fucking guy.
It's Gus.
Ghastly Gus.
All right, let's see if I remember patterns.
Come on, Gus, don't be a prick.
Where is my shield?
Klarna takes you to collections, and yes, DD likely turns off your account. Boo. But I want my burrito.
All right, so I can't just swing at him.
Wait, can you refinance a burrito? Like, what's the secondary market for burritos, especially if we can get this? Like, can I get in on the interest rate of my friends getting stuff?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, spank that boy. I was gonna cry.
So I didn't have my shield last time. What's up with that?
Whenever someone filed a dispute or had a pending payment when I worked at the broad tech company, their ability to order was frozen. That's sad. Could I just open up another account?
What's up?
Just the bots that come in like, best viewers on streambo.com, remove the space. Guys, everyone loves Stream Boo.
It's on Fubi. It's on Tubo.
It's on literally
You
on
can catch it on
Splot.
Ribby.
They're everywhere.
Watch it on SlopTube. Mop it on RockTube.
Dude, I do love SlopTube though.
No, I'm very YouTube brained.
That's where all we. How can we not? It's been around forever now. Ooh, always put your burritos on business credit in case you have to file for snackruptcy. Ooh, big brain moves.
Thank the goddess
We
for
love
life.
that. Love to help our
He's going
people.
into the underworld, and you must stop him. Here, this will help you.
We saved the first maiden.
You will need
All
help
right.
against the king's
Oh,
army.
Lenore's kiss.
Oh, do I have full armor? Do I want her kiss? Or do I want to save the game?
Damn.
Oh, man. I know if I collect all the kisses and keep them in my inventory, there's like a special ending. But that's very hard to do. I've already died a few times. I don't think I can maintain that consistency. I have enough money to where like saving I'm not worried about. Because yes, you do have to spend currency to save. It's a bit mean. But also there's an abundance
Kind
of
of love
coins.
that.
I'm going to go with the full armor. Because I think I have to run through the next level before I can get to the next save point.
Now hurry. The other sorceresses are still in terrible danger. Please help them.
Again, interesting that this...
General!
Oh.
Oh.
Pre-rendered cutscenes.
Were to kill MAXIMO. So here is your reward.
The animations are great.
I'm
God.
alive!
Guards,
I'm giving you physical form.
take the general away and torture him until he dies. MAXIMO, your fate
Damn.
will not be so pleasant.
Brought back to the flesh world only to be have
What
your
a
flesh removed
villain.
piece by piece? Ooh, I love that. That's fucked up.
Yeah, level 7, Watery Grave. Alright, y'all, we're gonna take a quick break. So, you know, this has been TechnoPoverty. Go ahead and refresh, get a drink, smoke them if you got them, stretch. If you've been sitting there for too long, just stand up, get those legs working.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.